All right, I'm back. I'm live. Thank God I was actually able to get back to y'all and get this video made before game time. It's been a crazy week, but and man, has it been a crazy week? Oh Lord, we gotta talk, man. We gotta talk about Mister 275, our quarterback, Mr. Trevor. Um, where do I even start with this guy? I guess let's just start with the obvious, the injury news, um, which I mean, I wouldn't even be giving it due justice if I didn't start by saying, man, this injury is just super ironic. You get us to 2-7, pretty much bury our season, and just out of the blue, all of a sudden, now you injured to the point to where maybe you gonna miss the whole season. So I mean, you can put two and two together. You can, you know, chalk that up how you want, but I mean, it does look a little bit like you pretty much quitting on the team. Um, and that's almost double sided because it's like, okay, let's say that was true. Let's say he is quitting, right? It's like a double negative because he could be quitting just cause maybe he's soft or he can't stack up or can't handle it, which that's bad. But also it's like part of me kind of feel like maybe you might be quitting to save yourself, you know what I'm saying? To give room for all the part of the fan base that's loyal to you to death, um just give them another excuse to put in their back pocket to say, oh well, he was hurt, or you know our 2-7 start, he had no faults in it. It wasn't his, and that just, I don't know, man. This whole thing just causes a lot of cause for concern, a lot of questions. My thing is, if you were hurting so bad, or if you got hurt on that play, what caused you? When they went to the cut scene of Mac Jones warming up, what caused you to have enough strength to play the rest of that game? Um, a big question I have, and I'm almost personally offended that this is happening now, and all of a sudden you hurting and can't play this week and maybe for the season, is, man, why the hell couldn't you sit down? Like, why wasn't you hurting enough before you threw this pick that lost us the game? My thing is, man, if you were hurting so bad, or if this was cause for concern, man, let Mac be out there throwing that last drive. Maybe he wouldn't have threw that ugly ass duck up there to Dearness Johnson. I don't know who you thought you had out there. You must have had a brain lapse and maybe thought you were throwing to Brian Thomas, and okay, I'm just gonna throw a 50-50 ball in the back of the end zone, and whoever get it, maybe you just had a mental lapse. But I just, I don't know, man. I'm not happy about that, man. I'm not happy, that you couldn't sit it down, because I would assume, that, if you hurting this bad now to where you can't play 7 days later, for your body to, rest and recover. If you can't play a whole week later, how in the hell did you finish that game? And why were you out there throwing that pass in that crucial situation if you were hurting, if this was really facts, Um, so like I say, man, I guess that kind of lead on to the next point. Like, is he faking it? Is this is this a legit injury? We kind of had to ask ourselves that, and how do we feel about that? Not really 100% knowing, if this is legitimate. Um, I really hate that. Well, I ain't even gonna say I hate it. Maybe I actually kind of like it, but I don't know. I'm torn on it. But I do have to bring up the fact that, man, what I will say about this whole Trevor situation, regardless, is, man, it's just made me realize, how he's pretty much divided this fan base. And I probably one of the people that kind of pointed out a little bit, but I just I'm not I'm not quite I'm not quite understanding the division that we have, and I guess I should mention, like, fully, what I mean by that is just, it sucks that one player on the team has and I don't know the exact percentage. I would probably say now at this point, you know, year 4, terrible record, nothing to finally, be able to cheer about or really feel like you've accomplished with Trevor. I think it's probably about 50-50, percentage wise, as to, who's skeptical of Trevor, and the other 50 is still, he can't do no wrong, and he's the savior, and he's this and he's that, and he's some type of idol god, or some type of, I don't know. I don't, some people just, take it to different extremes. To some people, there's nothing better than him, not even Pat Mahomes or anybody. Trevor is the best to certain people. Um, and he can't do no wrong. And if he did something wrong, it was obviously somebody else's fault. And then you have all the way to the other extreme, which myself, I can't really say exactly where I fall, but I'm pretty sure I'm closer to this other extreme, um, with him. And the other extreme is, man, get him out of here. He should have been gone. He got Urban fired, about to get Doug fired. Just, I'm just through with him. Just had enough, seen enough. Smart enough to realize what it is, and what you gonna get out of this. Me, I think I'm close to that extreme, but not all the way there. Because I guess maybe I'm the naive one that feel like, if you can just acknowledge what you're dealing with, where there's a will, there's a way. You can, maybe I'm one of them silver lining type people, where I can, figure out a way to maneuver and still be successful with, the given fact that you have an inconsistent quarterback who likes to get so-called injured or whatever, at critical times when he's buried the team and, caused division. I'm wondering if, that stuff with him and Gabe Davis isn't a little deeper than we think it is, to where Gabe didn't even play, last week, and, you know, about to have a fight with Trevor, about to put hands on Trevor. It's just like, what could have had him boiling to that point, or what could have got to both of them guys to where they about to throw blows. Um, I don't know, man. It's tough, man, and I kind of want to speed past this convo, but I know I need to sit here for a minute and just just try to think of everything. I'm freestyling these videos, so bear with me for not being as structured on everything, but I just want to make sure I try to get some content out every week and, try to build it up a little bit, give the people, something to listen to and, a different perspective than that usual stuff y'all gotta hear every week. That baloney, the stuff that y'all tired of hearing. Excuse me. Yeah, I just feel like, like I say, the fan base is divided, and obviously I don't really feel like that can help us in any kind of way. Maybe it's not gonna hurt the team as much as, I might be thinking about it or looking into it, but it's something I've noticed, and me personally, man, like I was, and I want to watch my words how I say this. I'm not gonna say I'm happy the man got hurt, but I'm almost happy that we're at this situation, because I feel like it can't do anything but help give us a little bit of clarity, on this whole situation. Now, obviously, we've already paid the man, which like I say, I just whoever's decision that was, my God, oh my, why did you pay him? Like what? And it's crazy that all of this is happening and that the season is unfolding the way it is, because it's almost an indictment on whoever made that decision. It's like it's being thrown right in their face. Like there's no hiding, no getting away from this. Like you're gonna have to bite this bullet, that you really gave this man all of this money without proving anything, and you trying to build around him. And now we at a point where we don't even know if he's even dedicated to even trying to play through this. Basically, he getting to a point where he burying himself in just the worst hole, and instead of trying to be man enough to dig out of it and take it how it comes, it's almost like he's seeing the writing on the wall for itself. Like, man, if I keep doing this and if I keep playing, all I'm gonna do is keep getting the same results or worse, because to be honest, this year, like as bad as we're doing right now and as bad as it is, I don't even think this is the worst it could be with him. Like literally, like really, like his numbers and stats are just not terrible this year. Yeah, he still got his game losing sack in the end zone, game losing fumbles, game losing interceptions. Like he still got all that stuff under his belt, the stuff that's gonna still count, but it's not as bad as some of the statistical areas of maybe in previous years, or like statistically, I guess he at a point where he like, man, if I quit now and I give up now, I can stop it from looking even worse and blame it on the injury and just restart next year when we 0-0 and try to do better next year. But I mean, if we honest with ourselves and we looking at 4 years into this now, who in their right mind would literally, predict better for next year? To it, I don't know the exact saying, or I mean, I'm sure I do, but I can't think of it at the second. But basically, like, man, if it looked like a duck, quack like a duck, it's probably a duck. Like it's to the point to, man, we need to believe what we've been seeing, not what we gonna keep getting sold. Like, oh well, this was just white year one under the rug. That was Urban. White year two. Well, now keep year two. Because we had that spectacular run, but which almost makes us forget how terrible we started. And how, man, if a few things don't go right and the defense don't save our ass numerous times throughout that season, we're not even talking about that year 2 season, the season that we all still remember a little bit, where we actually got to the playoffs and won a game that he threw 4 picks in. It's just, if we don't have the defense, which, and that's crazy too, because we fired Mike Caldwell, and now look where we at, where everybody pointing the finger at the defense. But it's just wild, man, that we keep struggling and keep going through these bad times with our so-called savior, our so-called generational yada yada yada, whatever, whatever title you want to use that they gave him. It's so ironic, it's so crazy that we still dealing with this 4 or 5 years into it. We done paid him. Now it look like he laying down about to quit on it. It's wild, man. But in the same sense, we as a fan base, we almost have to be. Well, I know I am. I know, like I said, I know that the fan base is divided. So some people are still not gonna look at this in the right way. But me personally, I'm actually kind of happy, man, because I get to see Mac Jones today. I get to see a real Duval kid. Somebody who grew up watching the Jaguars, and you know what I'm saying, who understand that, man, this ain't nothing to be playing with and nothing to just be coming out here taken for granted, So I'm excited, man, to get to see Mac, man. And this is it's crazy because it's almost like his storylines being written throughout this season, and maybe this will show us that the season is still pretty long because, if we get out of Mac what we need, man, and maybe Mac can show Trevor how to be a good bus driver, man, and how to just drive this bus and, take this team where it need to be. It's gonna be good to see, regardless, and it's a defining moment for Mac's career, so that's good too. But back to Trevor, because I'm not quite sure we're done with him. I don't know. I don't know what to make of this guy, man. And I don't know how people feel. Like, do people feel like maybe like he about to start robbing us of money? And, is he, I don't know. It's just, is he going to wait and see if Mac Jones have a good game and then try to rush back and kill the momentum? Or, it's just so many ways this could play out with him. But I'm really on alert and really about to start watching this whole situation, with a different set of eyes, like I was watching them, on the field a lot now, but now we get to watch them in a different light to see, is he gonna be supported? Let's see, is he gonna try to rush back and be selfish? Let's see how serious this injury is, or how much we should look into this. Let's see if we get any truth or anything that might not be known to the public or to common people that gets leaked out, or see if we get any reports, or it's a lot to really pay attention to with this Trevor stuff. And I'm not really sure completely 100% what to make of it, but it's definitely a head scratcher. It definitely got something to it, and it's deeper than what it seems. It was because, for me, I don't know how most people felt about it, but for me, when I saw that we signed CJ Beathard, I knew something was up. That we done brought him back, which I'm happy about. Man, CJ, You know, I think he's a pretty decent bus driver. You know, I think you can fill him in, man, and you can go out there with your team and feel like you still got a shot, you know. So I'll take CJ. And I don't know, man. It's just wild, man. Like I didn't think I would get on here and kind of still be at a loss for words with it, but it's so wild and I really, like I said, part of me wants to just go ahead and say everything that I think it is, or like just really go off on Trevor and just give him a piece of my mind. But part of me still has to kind of wait this thing through and see it out, you know, because I haven't seen any reports that he out for the season. I know we ain't got to see him for this game, which for me is gonna be a breath of fresh air, you know, just to see somebody else do it for a whole game. And let's just see the results that we get. Now, this brings me back to, like I said, with the fan base being split, I'm literally seeing like different YouTubers or different people, in our local media who speaking as if putting Mac Jones in this game or having to play with Mac this week is really a downgrade. But I mean, I'm trying to think, like, how can we really downgrade from 2-7? Our $275 million man got us 2-7 right now. And I'm pretty sure that was him getting sacked in the end zone and playing Cleveland. I'm pretty sure that was him that just threw up that dumbass pass last week to kill a game where I said that the other team was going to jag the game away to us. They did that. They really jagged the game right to us, and he gave it right back. I mean, and I'm sure there's other moments throughout this year that don't even come to mind right now, but I mean, those were him. That wasn't the only bad thing that had happened to us this year, but he got his part in it. That was him, not Matt. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really get the negativity of the some of our media people, the people who covering the team that we really finna be at a disadvantage or a downgrade with Mac Jones. Like, let him play a game first before you say stuff like that. It's almost as if that's what you want. You just don't want anybody to be successful for this team if it's not Trevor. And I don't get that. Like, I don't get how people could talk that way or feel that way if you really call yourself a fan of the Jaguars. Like, I think it's at a point where we get into where people are literally choosing a person over the team. Like, if it's not Trevor, then screw whoever else is back there. I hope they don't do good so we can, find a way to say, look, we still need Trevor, or whatever. Like, and me personally, I'm like, I've been trying to be positive and silver lining this whole season. And I ain't gonna lie, honestly, sometimes it's hard to knowing that I'm gonna have to drop. I mean not drop back, but I'm gonna have to watch 16 dropping back every play and literally having like damn near like having anxiety watching him. It's like you don't know what he's gonna do. Like, is he gonna play to his potential and do the simple things and do routine things that a 6'6" quarterback should be able to do? If he's competent and got a rocket arm and all this stuff that people say, you would think that watching the game would be an enjoyable moment, but any real Jags fan who's been watching him the past few years, I promise all of us probably agree that damn near watching him drop back is almost like having anxiety. It's like, man, you don't know what the hell you about to watch and what's finna come. It's like you need to put your seatbelt on to watch this stuff. And I don't know, it's crazy. I just thought about I was watching. I didn't watch it live, but throughout this week, I stumbled on one of the YouTubers. You know, I'm not even gonna say his name. If you know, you know. But it was just crazy to watch his little live stream of the game and watch the end when Trevor threw that pick. You know, that was just. I mean, that was must see TV. Excuse me, but yeah, to watch this man literally start talking about Trevor like, yeah, and something. I forgot exactly what he said, but something along the lines of prepping up Trevor. And yeah, we still got Trevor and this and that. And I mean, literally 30 seconds later, he's, oh, motherfucker. You know, he's mad and telling all, like, yep, well, come on, Trevor haters, you know. Like, like I say, man, this shit it's bad, man. It's not good for us to be in this moment, man, where some of us, you know, and it's crazy because it's even getting like that on the different people's call-in shows and all type of stuff, man. Like I'm watching the 10-10 stuff, and like it's crazy, you know, to where some of the callers are calling in with excuses, some of them calling in really giving their honest frustrations and saying, hey man, I'm tired of it and this and that, and you know, this is not what I expected, not generational, whatever, you know. It's just crazy, man, that we at this point where, you know, where people are really this split over this. But you know, like I say, man, I'm just gonna thank God that we even at this moment in time right now where he's about to not play a game. So us as fans can see we still gotta watch this game. You know, we still technically not eliminated out of anything. We gotta watch this game, and guess what? We don't. There ain't gonna be no Trevor today. So regardless, you know what I'm saying. This is gonna be good for everybody involved. You know, the people you know who actually care about the team and just want us to win, regardless of who that is. You know, you're gonna have your people who's literally gonna be a Jag fan. Like I know for a fact this is gonna happen today. There are literally gonna be Jags fans who's rooting for us to lose this game. First of all, because they stuck in the I guess in the statistics of, yeah, the season's done, it's over, we have no shot, you know, this and that. That's gonna be the first part of it, and they thinking about draft already. And then the second part of it is the fact that they don't want to see anybody else be successful with this team. You know, if Mac Jones goes out here and uses the same weapons that Trevor has, no Christian Kirk, you know, just the same the same stuff that Trevor got. He don't have nothing different. If he comes out here and he does what he's supposed to do, and he come out here and manage this team and manage this game well, and we win, you know, especially if we win thoroughly, you know, if we have one of those good showings, you know, it's just gonna bring up questions, and it's definitely gonna. Me personally, I feel like it's gonna make Trevor jealous. Like I feel like Trevor literally is trying to wait a week or two to see what happens in these games, and if Mac does well and he win us these games, Trevor gonna try to come back. He gonna try to come back and steal Mac shine. But worst case scenario, if we didn't win him, then he gonna just shut it down anyway and have surgery or whatever he gonna do, so he don't have to be out there and lose any more of these games. Like I feel like it's a reason why he's so-called weighing options. You know, I'm like, man, what the hell? We just paid you $275 million. You shouldn't even, at this point, it should be somebody else in control of weighing your options. If we tell you to go out there, you should go out there and play. I don't give a damn if you hurt or not. 275, that's almost, me personally, I feel like that's enough money to where you shouldn't be worried about, you know, if you're gonna have career in anything, man. You've been career paid already. you good for life, forever, kids, wife, everything. So family. So I don't really see any reason to hold anything back, man. We need y'all. We need everything you got. But, but like I say, that's just a hypothetical I got with that. But I don't know, man. Like me personally, I'm excited, man. I'm excited just to see somebody different for the day, man, and just see how the team respond and just see how things go with somebody different out there. Like I say, I hate that we're gonna have people that's literally rooting for us to lose today. I know we're gonna have part of the fan base that's on that, but I want to pose a stat, right? I want to just throw something out there for people to think about, especially those ones who so-called already giving up on the season and we don't need to win and Mac is not Trevor and all this stuff, right? Last year, right, when we were sitting at 8-3, if I'm not mistaken, and somebody's definitely gonna be able to vouch for this because I'm pretty sure other people seen it too, right? I don't know which. I want to say it was ESPN, but it could have been any of those different media outlets or whatever. But somebody pretty much said at that point we had like a 98. I want to say it was like 98 and a half, almost 99% chance of making the playoffs, right? It was literally less than 2% chance of not making the playoffs. It was like 1% or 1.5%, something like that. Literally, we were the 1%, the 1.5%, because we still missed the playoffs, right? So I just want to pose this out there that if we can be that far like in the good with the percentages, why can't it be flipped where we right now? I don't know what the percentages say, but I'm just gonna take a guess and say we had probably less than 5% chance of making the playoffs this year. Why can't that be? Why can't that happen? The same way that we blew a 98, 99% chance of making it with Trevor out there playing terrible against Tampa and terrible against Tennessee and terrible against all these teams down the stretch. Why can't Matt come in, play good, get hot, and win us all these games? Get us back to where we actually got a real shot at making it. I just want to throw that out there. I'm sure maybe somebody will say something negative or something that they can go against that with, but I just want to throw that stat out there. So even if we had Trevor right now, we were sitting at 7-2 or 9-1 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm maybe not 9. Let's say 8-1. I mean, we still not guaranteed we're gonna make it. We've seen it before. So, like I said, I want to throw that out there for people to think about. And just like I say, man, I'm so torn and so, I don't know, I guess mixed feeling. Like I'm partially happy, partially upset with him. Cause especially for last week, like damn it, if you were hurt, why the hell you out there throwing that pass at the end? Why are you even out there if you hurt? And you could, especially now if you running from stuff or you trying to get out of this negative spotlight that you keep building for yourself. Like, why didn't you get out of that game winning drive? Why didn't you just get out of that and let somebody else do it? Let Mac go out there. And if we were gonna throw a pick, let Mac do it. Or, if we was gonna win, let Mac do it. If you were really hurt, I'm just I don't like that, man. But let's get ready to move on to the Vikings preview. so this video don't just go on forever and ever, because I feel like if I just get to talking, man, I probably could talk about him down there all the way to game start, Excuse me. And I don't want to do that. So let's switch over a little bit to this Vikings preview. Man, I'm happy today. I don't know exactly how I feel about these white uniforms. I guess I just need to see them live in action. They look all right, but I don't know, man. I'm just ready to see them throwbacks again. I know that for sure. But um, let's see how these whites look today. It might look all right, especially let's see how they got everything else done with the stadium, and let's just see how it look. But I think I want to start with, matter of fact, let's start with the defense today. I feel like we're gonna have a good day defensively. Don't know how good, but I think it'll be good enough. I think I'm hoping for exceptional, but I'm expecting a good standard today. Let's start with one of the trouble areas, man, and that's Mr. Darby, Ronald Darby. Like I say, I did my research. I ain't gonna say research, but I heard some things and I kind of started putting two and two together last week. That I think Ronald Darby, that's Doug's guy, right? I think, he was out there with the Super Bowl run with Philly. So I kind of think that's Doug's guy. But I want to bring this up that I felt like Ryan Nielsen, like he had a lot better product on the field when Darby wasn't out there, when he had the young guys, the Princes, the Browns, the Jerry and Jones, when he had them guys out there playing. I feel like even though they're young guys, man, they more athletic, they got more speed, they seem to cover better. They obviously gonna be more hungry, to make a play, because they not paid already like Darby. And I just felt like it was conclusive, all around, just better for the defense. So I'm hoping that he sees that. We'll see how Dewey fit in with all this, with this new D. Just have to kind of be patient, and I'm not gonna say be patient as to giving up plays or nothing, but I guess just wait and see how long it take him to get adjusted or caught up to speed, if they gonna start him, or how they, however they decide to do that. But I'm really hoping that today that we don't have to see a lot of Darby, because I know that Darby is Doug's guy, but Nielsen, this is your defense, and I'm not gonna say your job is on the line, because they probably ain't gonna do you the same way they did Mike. But I wouldn't just keep putting a bunch of bad outings out there, because somebody might have to get scapegoated. And if you put enough bad product out there, Nielsen, I mean, it'll be warranted, but it's probably gonna end up being you know, that's rolling, at the end of the year and getting up out of here. So if I was you, man, I think I would leave Darby to the side, man, and play one of them young guys, man. I feel like that'll help a little bit. Cut down on some of these rotations on the D line a little bit. Not quite so many. Um, Need to try to do whatever you can to get a little interior pressure. Might need to put Armstead, or I don't know what the exact answer is for that, but you need to figure that out a little bit. Get a little bit more interior rush. We need them 40 boys, 4-4 and 4-1. We need them to step up and keep doing what they've been doing. Josh, just don't fall off a cliff, Mr. Allen. Please, you got paid. Stay consistent. We don't have to have that that contract year numbers, but we need you to stay consistent. Trayvon, you doing good. Keep it up. Keep showing them as to why they picked you number one for all the Trayvon haters. And this kind of can almost point me back to the Trevor stuff, like between Trevor and Trayvon, right? Number one picks back to back years, right? And just seeing how much the fan base was on Trayvon Walker and how much they would criticize him and say his name and he's this and he ain't that and he ain't 800. I'm talking about literally on just on Trayvon, just on him bad, right? But give Trevor every fucking excuse under the sun. And I'm glad that God is letting it be shown and making people watch so they can have to bite these words and bite them bullets, that you shouldn't, especially if you gonna wait. I mean, literally the person that you pick number one first is still stumbling and not being the person that you hoped you drafted. But as you can see, your other number one pick, man, if you give it a little time and let him develop, man, I'm talking about, man, just wait and watch, man. After a while, man, we ain't even gonna be talking about no Aiden Hutchinson. And all you people gonna feel retarded, just dumb, Like, man, I feel like, to be honest, I feel like that he play a position that's where it's harder to get those stats and numbers and results. So the fact that he's actually getting them, it's more of an indictment on Trevor, Like the league is literally built for passing now. They got everything built up to make. If you a halfway decent quarterback, you gonna do well. I mean, now, will you be a Super Bowl winning quarterback? Maybe not, but I mean, literally, we watching rookies come in and look light years ahead of Trevor Lawrence. This shit is getting old. We got to keep watching teams draft people who come directly in and look better than the quarterback we got. Right now, it's crazy that in year two, in our division, we got a quarterback who nobody will argue that Trevor is on his level. Nobody would say that Trevor is on CJ Stroud's level. Excuse me. And that's bad, man. That's not good, man. We drafted him number one. CJ Stroud didn't even get drafted number one. Look at this year, man. We got Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels. Both, maybe one, some might even say Drake May. Maybe, that's a stretch. I'm not gonna say that, but depending on who you ask, I mean, right now, the people in New England right now, they got the same record as us. And just a hypothetical, if we call them tomorrow and say, hey, y'all want to swap, Drake May with Trevor, they might tell us no, get the hell out of here, kick rocks. Like, just think about that as fans, to have to keep watching, young players come in and do well. Like, and that's why me personally, I wasn't even one of those people who gave Trevor a pass, in his rookie year, because I watched Dak Prescott come out his rookie year and win 13 games. 13. Had a first round bye. So I mean, like I say, man, but yeah, I think I'm trying to get off the Trevor talk for right now, but it's just so hard, man. It's so hard because it's tough, man, that we in this spot, man, where we got to just keep dealing with this BS. And I know one person that's probably happy today is Doug Peterson. I'm sure Doug is going in this game with just a breath of fresh air, like, man, I can literally go out here. He probably even telling press, man, open it up this week. Call whatever you want to call. We don't have a dumbass back there, this week. And, like those are inside conversations. I'm not saying for sure he said that, but it wouldn't surprise me if he did say that, so it's crazy. But yeah, back to the Vikings preview. Defensively, all those things I think need to be done. With the linebackers, I just feel like we got so many now. I just feel like I guess we need to just figure out the best combo. And once we figure out the best combo that works, just keep, I guess, pressing with that. If it's Miller on third downs, if it's Lurkin on base downs, if it's Devin playing strong side, weak side, I don't know. However y'all figure that out, do what y'all got to do with that. Just let's get some production out of that. Offensively wise, man. Let's talk about the offense today. Okay, guys. I know maybe I should have even flipped this. Maybe I should have did the preview first and then Trevor second. But however, because we 40 minutes in and I know people want to start hearing about it, more about this game, But I think offensively, I think today we actually gonna start good. I think we're gonna start hot. I think we're gonna start strong, finish strong today. Real talk. And I'm excited to see Mac, man. And I don't know if people gonna see this in time, and if anybody who gonna watch who actually going to the game or got season tickets or thinking about it or whatever, man. But I really hope, man, that everybody show up today at that stadium. I hope we show up and show out today, and really just have us a game where we don't let the other team just act up in our stadium. Let's hold it down today. I need people to show up, be supportive of a Duval kid, somebody who really grew up around there. Go support him, man. Go show him some love, and whatever y'all was gonna go out there and do for Trevor today, man. Take them wigs off today. No wigs today. No Trevor wigs today, man. We buzz cut Mac. Y'all go in there and support Mac Jones today, man, and watch him do his thing. Me personally, man, I'm real optimistic, man. I feel like Mac gonna do his thing today. I feel like we're gonna have us a good win today. I'm talking double-digit victory. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling today, and I'm just happy to see it. I feel like offensively we're gonna start better. I feel like we're gonna be able to. I'm really hoping we can get ETN back up to speed. Get him back in the mix, and I just feel like today might be one of them overall just. I want to say flawless victories. That's hard to do, but I'm close to that level with it, to where everybody get some touches, everybody get some shine. Maybe Thomas get a touchdown or two, Ingram get in there, Gabe Davis, show up today, ETN, you know what I'm saying? And I want ETN to really do his thing today. And whenever he need a little breather, Tank come right in, keeping it up, I want to see Mac, play with a little enthusiasm in front of the home crowd. This is a good game. This is a good game for him. Good spot, man. And I just need Mac to pump some life back into the fan base a little bit today. I need him to get and really, I feel like that's one of the only ways he can do it. I mean, because I feel like even if we just win, right? Either, like I say, I think if we win, I think Trevor gonna try to rush his ass back. All of a sudden he's feeling good again. That's just what I think. But I really need Mac to pump some life into this fan base, and I feel like the best way for him to do that is to come out there and kick the Vikings' ass today. I mean, literally. I need Mac to play, and I need CJ to get a couple drives in the fourth quarter, because I need it to be done. By the fourth quarter, I need this to be wrapped finito, like nail in the coffin. I need Mac to do that well to where even CJ can get a drive or two and throw a few passes, or hand it off a few times, just get some game action. Hopefully he'll be handing it off, but just that's what I need, man. I need some good, better vibes, and I need to see my head coach smile for him I need to see him not look like he about to have a damn seizure or like he finna faint or something, man. I'm talking about I've been worried looking at Doug on the TV screen lately. Like, what the hell? Like that don't even look like the coach we had a couple years ago, man. Doug looked like he was the man for the job a few years ago. Like, I mean, literally, he had the exact same start with Trevor, losing a bunch of games, turning it over, doing just retarded stuff. And it was like none of that stuff phased Doug. It was like, man, year two, I'm talking about. It was like he locked in and he seen it. He said, okay, I gotta put the training wheels on this kid. The more you mess up, the more I'm finna crunch this playbook down. The more I'm about to have you throwing screens and have you doing bubble outs and just I'm about to take it out of your hands. I'm about to help you help this team by not letting you screw stuff up. And it was good to see, man, because it was like Doug was coaching through his nonsense and still getting us victories that we absolutely had to have. And it almost seemed like it was going hand to hand because it was like it seemed like he was cutting out some of Trevor's errors by outsmarting Trevor, and then it was allowing Trevor to have his moments where he can make a play and still have that happy feeling that he wanted to have anyway, that everybody wants. So, but lately, man, it's like I'm watching this man just take the life out of Doug, and I know it's him. I know it's him. I mean, I'm sure Doug don't like other stuff, penalties or a drop pass or offsides or too many men. And it's other things that pisses him off. But me personally, I feel like the Trevor stuff is just damn near got him but to where he might quit. You might not even have to fire Doug. He might just walk out his damn self. Like, man, somebody else can handle this problem. I'm done with it. So, I need to see my coach smiling today, man. And even if it ain't a big Kool-Aid smile, at least something to let us know, man, he's still there, man. Like he hadn't, mentally checked out or, like he's not in just a terrible spot mentally. So I need that to be a thing. Also, let me see, what else do we need to speak on as far as this game today? I think I already spoke on the crowd, the attendance. Yeah, well, that might be it. But either way, yeah, let's look forward to a good game this week. We need a victory in the worst way. And like I said, man, I feel like the best way for Mac to pump some life back into us, man, is to just go out here and just have a dominant performance, man. Just show what can be done, and if you do stuff the right way, play smart, take care of the football, take your opportunities when you get them, run the football, which and it's crazy that I'm saying that now because that gives me another talking point for the offense is I really feel like today they're gonna actually try to utilize the run when they should do this shit every week when Trevor plays. I mean, every week that Trevor is back there hiking that ball, you need to be running it. Run, run, run. Run, Forrest, run. Simple. He does not need to be dropping back, throwing 40 passes a game. He doesn't need to do it. is not good for our long-term success. I'm sorry, fan base, for those who on the other side of the Trevor division, but I'm sorry, man. He doesn't need to do that. That's not gonna be good for us to win long term, and that's not the recipe for us. I know y'all don't want to hear this, but Trevor is literally just a very, very well paid bus driver. And until his mental and his, maybe his, I don't, it could be his footwork or his mechanics, but I want to put it more on his mental, in his mindset. I mean, part of it could be mechanics. I'm not a QB guru, so I can't say that for a fact, but yeah, I think his mental needs to get better for one, but yeah, yeah, I think today they actually gonna run it, being that we got Mac out there, and I feel like that'll be a good thing because it'll help Mac a little bit, but it'll just show us how we should be playing when Trevor's in there. And I think that's the best thing Matt can do, man. And I really feel like Matt. I hate to put this much pressure on Matt, but I really feel like Matt, in order for you to have a chance to continue your career or to do better for yourself, personally, is, man, you need to come out here and have the game of your life, Matt. You really do. And it still may not be enough to let you keep playing because, like I say, I just feel it in my gut, man. If you do too well, man, Trevor gonna get you out of there next week. He gonna come back next week feeling 100%. No surgery involved or nothing, because he don't want you to get on no streak and win a bunch of games and stuff. You know, so you know, but like I said, man, I would prefer you have a good game. I wouldn't mind almost. I don't know. Let me not say that, because I almost said that I just wouldn't mind if Trevor just set it down for the season, but let me not say that right now. Let me let a little more time go by before I make my final decision on that, because part of me wants to say just let him sit down and try to do the best thing we can to trade him in the offseason. Try to trade him to Carolina or not Tennessee. I was finna say Tennessee, but I think that's the one place we probably don't want to send him. But to one of these teams who, maybe the Raiders or something, some one of these teams who feel like they just missing their quarterback. Maybe somebody will go and bite, and we can get rid of them. But um, let's just let it play out, and then go from there. I think that'll be the best route with that. Let's let a couple games play out to see what the verdict is gonna be for him on the rest of this season. But as of now, man, I think I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down because I feel like I've been rambling a little bit. But yeah, I just had to get the information out. Probably do something where I can try to be a little more detailed with it. Um, have more of a format laid out in the future. We'll start working on that. But I just had to get some of these sentiments and some of these thoughts out this week. About Mr. 275, and looking forward to this Vikings game and seeing what we can make of that. So yeah, we'll cut it short here. Let's come back for a victory post game. Um, let's go, Mac. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this offense moving today early Let's do the opposite of what we've been saying. Let's play some complimentary football, and let's get us a victory. Let's go, Jags. Duval.